Thanks for tuning into the NBA here on 2K Sports. The weekend of hoops continues. It's going to be the New York Knicks up against the San Antonio Spurs. And now off to AT&T Center with our crew of Kevin, Clark, and Steve, who are ready to call the game.
And we see the Spurs getting ready to go. Welcome, everyone, to a great Sunday night with the NBA here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan here alongside my colleagues Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Boris Berkeley joining us from the sideline. Now a chance to check out our starting lineups. First for the Knicks. And looking at the Spurs, they've got Robinson. You simply have to respect the tremendous skill he has down low, the work ethic, and athletic ability to make a big impact under the boards. And it's Duncan in a power forward position.
You know, the Spurs really have a cohesive culture, and part of that is something that Greg Popovich has been able to do, and that's being able to join guys together that normally might not hang out. For instance, you had Matt Bonner taking Steven Jackson out to a Coldplay concert last season. One way to help guys get to know each other off the court, and it helps them on the court.
And the Spurs start out with the ball. Pass to Slater. He feeds it to Duncan. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And back to Popovich and the Spurs, he really makes a point of getting to know his players and have them get to know one another.
That's right, Kevin. He likes to have his players have a sense of perspective about the world. He wants them to know that there are other things going on besides the NBA. In fact, back in 2012, he had the players watching the presidential debates together.
That free throw good from Duncan.
A lot of high hopes for the Knicks in last year's playoffs. They started off so hot, but then let the series against Boston drag on, and eventually went to 7 games, and they fell to the Pacers in the second round after that.
Second free throw, no good. And the Boston series did drag on them, you could tell. You wonder if they were a bit fatigued going into that Pacers series. Steve, Indiana just outplayed him, outworked him in every way in the second round.
Yeah, I think it was a factor, Kevin, and really the Knicks have only themselves to blame. They had Boston down 3-1 and a home game to close it out, but they couldn't get it done, and there's no doubt that that affected them against Indiana in the next series.
Here is Porter after the made shot from Houston. Porter kicks to Duncan. Number 5. And that one goes long. On defense, San Antonio. Pass to Houston. It's off his leg. And it's being called a kickball. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Here's Sprewell, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
And I'll say this about him, Kevin. I mean, it looks like he's made of rubber sometimes because defenders just bounce off him when he's driving the lane. What a finisher.
And I also think he might have played a little football, Steve, because he's excellent at intercepting passes. I mean, that seems to be his calling card defensively.
And he knocks down the first one.
You can't be the number 2 seed in the East by being mediocre on the road. I mean, the Knicks had a veteran group, and they all had the mental fortitude and experience to finish off games on the road last season.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. Clark, as you said, the Knicks were one of the tougher teams on the road, and their road record was, you know what separated them, Steve, from the middle of the pack in the East.
Yeah, 23 road wins, second only to the Heat in the East. It was interesting, Kevin. They relied so heavily on threes that sometimes on the road they'd go cold, but they could also get hot in a hurry, and they were able to avoid a bad spell.
And the Knicks with possession here after the miss from Duncan. 6 on the shot clock. Sprewell, defended by Slater. Porter pulls it in. New York on D. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Guys, the Knicks head coach had a couple of minutes to spend with me. Their #1 priority is not to give up any looks on the inside, anything easy in the interior, guys. He told me, quote, "We want to have the key look like a fancy club out there. Crowded, not a lot of room, and very hard to get into." Sounds like your kind of place, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. Now, here's Porter after the miss from Ewing. Porter dishes to Duncan. The shot misses. Good D by Ewing.
Still looking for that first two. 0 of 4 now.
Pulls it up. Nice jump shot. Good. Ewing's got his first basket of the night. Spurs trail by 5. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
The pass to Slater. Right side Robinson. Clock at 6. Looking to end the drought. Uses the glass to drop it in. Robinson's got his first points of the game.
Well, they needed that one finally. That's just 1 of 5 now overall.
Can be the screen. Passes it to Houston. New York needs to get off a shot. Here's Sprewell, and the free ball is good. 5 points in the game.
You know what, guys? He can really light it up from the perimeter at times.
Pass to Slater. Dishes it to Duncan. Nice shot from the wing.
Well, I'll tell you what, Greg Popovich, a really impressive leader for the Spurs. He's able to keep all of his players locked into what's best for the team. Has a military background, played basketball and studied at the Air Force Academy before serving 5 years in the Air Force. And you know some of the leadership that he brings to his position was learned from his past experiences.
Porter with it. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. The feed to Robinson. Good. And Clark, you mentioned Pop's time at the Air Force Academy. That's where he got his start in the coaching ranks.
Yeah, 6 years as an assistant there. He was head coach at Pomona, an assistant coach with the Golden State Warriors and the Spurs, and eventually moved into the front office in San Antonio. But wow, what an amazing run it's been for him. 17 years as the head coach of the Spurs.
Thomas checked in for New York. The Knicks leading by 4. The pass to Houston. Ward guarded by Porter. Kicks to Ewing. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
And as you might expect for the team with the second best record in the West, the Spurs dominated the East last season, played each team twice for a total of 30 games, and went 25-5 in that stretch.
For New York, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
Now, the numbers last year for them at the line, not great. Just 73% free throw shooting as a team.
That's good from Ewing. And Clark, back to what you said about the Spurs and the East, it was far and away the best record against the conference, Steve, for a team in the West.
Yeah, the second best record was Memphis with 22 wins. So kind of scary to think that they rested their big stars a few times against teams in the East, and they were still able to put up that kind of a record.
And so he hits both.
And what an amazing run it was for the Spurs last year in the postseason. Swept the Lakers, survived Golden State, and then dismantled Memphis on their way to the NBA Finals. And then, of course, were seconds away from another championship, Anna.
Now here's Johnson. Johnson right side. Some solid defense here from Houston.
Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
Back to Thomas. It's blocked by Duncan. They recover it. Stolen by Walker. And Walker with a clear path to the hoop. A finger roll finish at the bucket. Walker's got his first points of the night. The Knicks leading by 4. Well, getting back to the Spurs, they look better and better as they went deeper into the playoffs, Clark. Heat were thought to be the heavy favorites at the start of the NBA postseason. So when they met in the finals, thoughts on who would win, I think, were pretty much split.
Yeah, and eventually, you know, this was one heck of a series because the Spurs not only had experience and talent, but they had multiple options offensively and did such a terrific job sharing the ball. They took the Miami Heat to the limit, but at the end of the day, it came down to LeBron James and Dwayne Wade rising to the challenge.
First free throw is good.
You know, the Knicks got off to a fast start, but when you employ as many old bodies as they did last year, it's hard to sustain the level of play you need over the course of a full season. It's one reason they started to falter a bit late in the year.
The Knicks making a switch here. Dudley's checked in. And so he makes both from the line. And Clark, you said it, the Knicks did hit that lull last season right after the All-Star break into early March. But Steve, when the vets saw the finish line in sight, they picked up their play and got back in it.
That's right. They won 13 games in a row late in the season, catapulting themselves back into the top tier of teams in the East, and let everyone know that they would not be exiting the playoffs early. That really was the start of that run.
We've got 1:48 left here in the opening quarter. Down to 5 on the shot clock, and that one's good. He's got 11.
He's finding all kinds of ways to get it done. What a quarter he's had.
Porter against Robinson. Johnson goes in. Puts the lead pass in front of him. And finished off by Rose. They'd love to get more of those, the easiest 2 points possible. And on a fierce finish.
Yeah, and that's exactly how they're going to cut into the lead, Kevin.
Yeah, that's why they've got to tighten up their D. And I'd be surprised if the defense allows any more free runs to the hoop like that.
A free throw drops for Rose.
There were only 3 teams in the East that had a positive record against the Western Conference, and the Knicks were one of them. When you have talent like this team does, it doesn't really matter where your opponent is from because you're going to be able to compete.
Johnson kicks to Robinson. Pass to Wingate. Back to Robinson. Poked away. He dishes it to Johnson. They double-team Johnson. Ward, and a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. Well, Clark, as you mentioned, the Knicks against the West, when you had the offensive capabilities from deep that they did, you know, Steve, you're never really out of the game. Yeah, you should know.
Well, they could just shoot their way back into games very easily, and that's what they did a lot of times against some of those teams in the West. But you have to play well against the West if you want to win your division, and the Knicks were able to do that last year.
Here's Johnson. It's rebounded by Spencer. Spurs trail by 5. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Oh, and here comes Johnson all alone.
Beautiful work in the transition game.
That's how to do it. Attack early before the defense can get itself set.
Porter passes to Johnson. Passes it to Spencer. Back to Johnson. Ring shot on the way. And he gets the jumper to drop. Johnson! And we reached the end of the first quarter. Knicks out front. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Knicks?
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
Yeah, and I've noticed also that their quick hands have led to a lot of forced turnovers. They're getting some points in transition as a result.
Wingate a screen on Johnson. He kicks to Robinson. Misses off the right iron. Spurs trail by 5. Johnson off the pick from Spencer. Johnson dishes to Porter. Off target with his 3.
He got the shot he wanted off that pick, just couldn't get it to fall.
But, Steve, they'll take that play all day long, 10 times out of 10. That was good action.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, as you know, gentlemen, Greg Popovich is one of the foremost practitioners of the intentional fouling that sends poor free throw shooters to the line. Not exactly a fan favorite, and Pop says, quote, I think it's ugly, I think it's awful, but it's legal, it's there. If somebody doesn't want to get hacked, they should shoot free throws better. Guys, he's all about winning. Whether it's pretty or ugly, he doesn't care.
They wear you down, Doris. Thank you so much. And that one falls for Robinson.
The Spurs last year were as tough as always in San Antonio. Hard not to beat when you win 50 games every season. Ended up with a 35-6 record at home, which was good for the 3rd best in the league.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. And with the Spurs, they are just so consistent every time they take the court. You always, Steve, expect them to get a win when they play in this building.
And the two teams with better home records in the NBA were the Nuggets and the Heat, both of whom had huge win streaks. But as you said, it's the Spurs' consistency every time out that lets them pile up these home wins without anyone really thinking much about it.
And then Johnson with the jam.
Boy, that's some physical basketball out there. I'm glad I'm not in the middle of that. A hard pick and an assault on the bucket.
Old school stuff there.
Yeah,
There was a lot to like on that play.
Now here's Johnson. Robinson. He's guarded by Dudley. Shoots from 14. It's rebounded by New York.
Now, slight advantage for them in the rebound category. They've got to continue their work on the glass.
Yeah, I agree with you, Steve. I mean, they're on the right side of the ledger, and that is all that matters to them right now with the lead they have.
And the shot is good from Johnson.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Now here's Johnson. Back to Robinson. He's guarded by Dudley. Number 5. Kept alive. Can't get it to go. The Knicks leading by 8. Robinson drives in. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Pass to Slater. The dish to Robinson. Free throw line jump shot. Buries the jump shot. Robinson's got 6. The Knicks have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. New York calls timeout. The Knicks making a switch here. Camby's checked in. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And they're beginning to fall apart a little bit defensively, especially inside.
Well, that's 4 straight buckets now at the rim.
The pass to Slater. Feeds to Robinson. Spurs passing it around. Dishes to Johnson. 5 on the clock. From the baseline. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession. Ewing's checked in for Johnson. New York leading by 8. He feeds it to Ewing. Pass to Wingate. Fires top of the key. And that one's good. And it's a 10-point Knicks lead. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Johnson kicks to Robinson. The Knicks making a switch here. Now the feed to Duncan. 6 to shoot. Number 5. Second chance shot. Duncan trying to break loose. In deep, Robinson drops it in. Robinson's got 8 points. Oh boy, looks like he was injured there.
Injuries are such a difficult part of this game.
And from a glance, you really can't tell just how bad it is, but he's going to come out and we'll find out now how bad it is. He may be done for the game.
The Knicks leading by 8. Kicks it to Ewing. Robinson on him. Baseline J on the way. And again, it's New York.
You know, it looks like despite the injury he's got, he's still able to deliver, and that's what he's showing us right now.
Now Johnson. On the wing, Johnson. Johnson off the pick from Robinson. 5 to shoot. The shot. He squares up and sinks it. The Knicks have gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. Passes it to Ward. Shot clock at 6. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Spurs trail by 8. There's a screen by Robinson. Back to Johnson. Pick off in midair. And now the Knicks on the break. Here's Ward. Lays it in off the breakaway. And the Knicks lead by 10.
Straight to the bucket with a nice head of steam.
Well, no reason to slow it down when there's nothing in the way.
San Antonio's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Johnson outside. Duncan. From the wing. It's rebounded by Ward. The Knicks leading by 10. Gives him the lead pass. Powered down as the whistle blows. A 3-point play chance.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage anyway. It was only with one hand, but he threw it down pretty hard.
The Spurs shooting 33% in the second quarter. The offense has looked crossed up and confused at times. He dishes it to Duncan. Johnson's there. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Johnson. Here's Brunson. Johnson. And again, it's New York.
You know, usually teams go on runs and it comes from a lot of layups and dunks. But that's not the case here.
No, not at all. They're putting this run together with a lot of mid-range jump shots. So seeing a pretty good display of marksmanship right now.
And so it's San Antonio with it. After the made shot from Johnson. Robinson left side. Duncan right side. It's stolen. Ward, guarded by Robinson. And he banks in the layup.
And what jumps out at you guys, the assist totals. I mean, they have been dominant in that category. It's the ball movement, the player movement, a great rhythm to their offense.
Clearly seems to me a different mindset.
Making a switch here. .114 left here in the second. Spurs working the ball around now. They get it back. And he dunks it down.
Strong off the offensive rebound.
What a play. They can cut this lead down if they start converting more of their second points.
I'm with you there.
Yeah, but you wonder, where were those earlier? They're just hustling more now.
And so here is New York after the basket by San Antonio. 6 to shoot. Into Johnson. Here's Ewing. And the rebound goes to Duncan. Spurs trail by 15. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Outside, Walker. Puts up a three. No good. Into Johnson. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Johnson's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
Yeah, and it's a strategy that has served them well in this opening half, Clark.
So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Knicks lead by 14. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
And now the Sunday night edition of the halftime show.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. The Knicks leading by 14. Sprewell, defended by Slater. Here's Ewing. San Antonio with the rebound. He kicks it to Porter. Duncan left side. And the Spurs scoring again.
Man, they have to mix it up defensively. That was just too easy.
Here's New York. Pass to Houston. Clock at 6. Let's go. And he hits the jump shot. And the Knicks lead by 14. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Robinson sets a screen for Porter. There's a screen by Robinson. Robinson left side. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
It's been a nice game for Robinson. He's got 8 points, and he's getting it done on the glass, too.
Now, you're right, Clark. He's done some really nice work inside.
The Spurs shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
Well, you look at last season's numbers, guys. Down below 70% as a team from the line.
And those aren't the kind of numbers they can afford to repeat throughout this season.
The first one falls. Robinson hits them both. The Knicks leading by 12. Back to Ewing. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Houston. No good from outside. Spurs shooting here about 46% for the game. And the pass to Slater. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession.
That's a poor possession. You just give away the ball with a sloppy pass.
And the Knicks making a change here. The Knicks have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Passes to Houston. All alone. And play stops as it looks like they call an over the back heel.
A little over-eager right there. Left his feet too early.
And if you're already boxed out, you've got to try to work to get around. Otherwise, it's a surefire foul.
2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. So Greg Popovich going to take a timeout right here and talk to his Here's Robinson. He's got 10. There's the dish to Porter. Duncan with the screen for Porter. He passes to Duncan. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. And this is his second trip to the line tonight. San Antonio making a switch here. That free throw good from Duncan. So it's the Knicks now. 17 points was their biggest margin. Feeds to Ewing. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Heard the whistle and still kept his focus, able to knock that down.
And that is not easy, Steve. I mean, to take the bump, to maintain control of your body, and put it in the hole, tremendous play.
And New York making a change here. For New York, they have knocked down 8 of 9 free throw attempts. I'd say those numbers read pretty well. That's good from Ewing. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Duncan kicks to Johnson. They double team Johnson. Duncan, the pass to Johnson. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Clock at 6. And it's good with time running down in the shot clock. Johnson's got his second bucket of the night.
Perfect on their first 3 shots now. That's the way to start the second half.
Pass to Houston. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. He has 6.
You know, size-wise, this is not a great one-on-one matchup for him, but he got that shot to go.
But you wouldn't know about how he finished. That's a nice hoop there.
Johnson kicks to Porter. Dishes it to Duncan. Thomas is on him. From 10 feet out, again the Spurs good for 2.
That's 4 straight from the field, guys. Off to a quick start this third quarter.
Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. There's the pass to Houston. Shoots the 3. No good. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. And Walker kicks to Johnson. And it's good. Fought through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
They're rolling now. 5 straight hoops to start this quarter.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Johnson, he's checked in for the Knicks.
Boy, perfect half at the free throw line for them. That'll help their comeback effort for real.
Yeah, that's keeping them close. It's going to take a full effort here in the second half, but they've got to continue to knock down these free throws.
And so here is New York, 7-point differential. Sprewell, guarded by Walker. Here's Sprewell. Can't get it to go. Walker with some nice D. The Spurs have gotten every shot that dropped since halftime. They're 5 for 5 from the floor. Johnson outside. Launches a three. It's rebounded by Houston. The Knicks leading by 7. Johnson with the block.
In this quarter, he's really been off the mark. He just looks a little bit unsettled.
Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Johnson's got 7 points here in this quarter.
Good defense, but you gotta love the finish with the finger roll over the top.
Fires from 18. And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Now just a 3-point Knicks lead. New York's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Time called here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
You know, he understandably doesn't like what's going on out there, and that's why he wants to talk things over during this timeout.
I think this is a good time to call a timeout. They just need to hit pause for a second and then reset as well.
The Knicks making a switch here. So it's the Knicks now. Sprewell defended by Slater. Good. He's got 16.
His shooting's been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons his team is up in this game.
Spurs trail by 5. Johnson outside. He feeds it to Duncan. Tipped away. High arcing shot.
This game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding is one thing that they've been able to dominate.
Yeah, they chase down that pumpkin often.
And goaltending is going to be the call, so they get the basket there anyway.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
The Knicks making a switch here. New York leading by 3. 1:52 left here in the third quarter. Down low. The shot's good from Houston. 8 points for him.
Unselfish basketball on the interior. I love that, and you got to think the coaching staff does too.
Now here's Johnson. 11 points in the game. Passes it to Slater. Back to Johnson. Shot clock at 6. Canby with the block. And here's the break. Houston guarded by Porter. Pass to Ewing. Second shot opportunity, and he sinks the layup. Ewing's got 5 points now this quarter.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Back to Johnson. There's 47 seconds left in the third quarter. The feed to Robinson. Shot on the wing. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. New York leading by 7. Pass to Houston.
Question is, do they go 2 for 1 here?
Can they get a good shot in time? That's the question.
And that one's good by Porter.
And once he took off, it looked like the defense just had no interest in getting in his way.
That's one where you just give up the 2 points and move on.
And it's the Knicks with the ball. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. And there's the pass to Houston. Tries from 16. Rebound by Rose. Rose has got 3 rebounds now in this one.
Rebounds are split just about down the middle in this game, Clark.
I'd venture to guess whichever team is able to maintain that energy level on the glass will have the upper hand the rest of the way.
The shot's good from Slater. 3/4 of play in a close game here. Knicks out front. They're up by 3. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the 4th quarter. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the 4th quarter. A terrific game so far. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Knicks.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And they're also really getting out in transition and scoring some hoops in the fast break tonight.
The pump fake kept the D off balance and gave him room. And 12 points for Duncan.
It hasn't happened as quickly as he would have liked, but he's finally putting some points on the board in this game.
Thomas is screen on Porter. Robinson goes in, loses his man off the screen, and lays it up and in. And the Knicks lead by 3.
Well, they haven't gotten much production from him, but they remain in the lead.
Number 5, defended by Houston. Stolen by Dudley. And Wingate gets it to go. Now it's a 5-point New York lead.
Man, he shows us he knows how to finish with a flourish.
4th quarter still young, just over a minute play. Kicks it to Porter. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Just 5 on the clock. Backing him down is Duncan. And it's sent back by Thomas. Houston, the pass to Robinson. Releases. And there's another one for the Knicks.
Boy, the deeper we get into this game, the more offense we're seeing.
And that goes for both teams, Steve. Everybody firing on all cylinders right now.
Now, here's Porter. Duncan right side. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. From about 19 feet. And the shot falls short this time.
Nobody anywhere close to him. Where's the defense? He's got to make that shot, though.
Robinson passes to Houston. And the shot is good.
You know, offensively, he's just one of those guys that needs a touch of space to get his shot up. That's all. And if he runs his man off a screen or somehow finds an opening, that's it. He's going to let that thing go.
And you know what, Steve? We also have to talk about his shooting. I mean, the fact that he copes with tight D better than anyone is something to make note of. His percentage stays the same, and if he's wide open, he's automatic.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Guys, thank you. I got a chance to hear what Greg Popovich was saying to his team. He let his players know that they've got to do a better job on defense. He said they're scoring any way they want. We've got to show some pride here. Let's make a stand defensively, get us stops, and get on a run of our own. Do they have it in them, Kevin?
All right, Doris, thanks. Now, here is Robinson. Here's Duncan. And it falls over the rim and in. Duncan's got 11 points here in just the second half.
The offense is clicking for him this half. Absolutely clicking. I mean, everything on point and on target.
He dishes it to Ewing. Sprewell guarded by Porter. Robinson pulls it in.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Pass to Slater. Screen by Duncan. Releases. And it's off the back rim. No good.
That's a shot that he sometimes struggles with, but you can't fault him for taking it when the defense backs off like that.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. And there's the basket. Whistle blows, and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
Boy, what a great job making good on the second opportunity. He stayed with that play from start to finish.
Spurs trail by 10. Here is Porter. He kicks it to Duncan. Can be on him. From 10 feet out. Bank shot. No good. New York with the ball. They're on an 11-2 run. Sprewell, covered by Duncan. Here's Sprewell, drills the elbow jumper. And now it's a 12-point Knicks lead.
Sometimes folks forget about his decent mid-range jumper. He can knock those down all game given a chance.
Porter passes to Slater. Softly drops in the floater.
That's a precision shot. You've got to be precise. No room for error on the floater.
New York with the ball. They're on a 13-4 run. A 17-foot shot on the way. And again, it's New York. Spurs trail by 12. There's a screen by Robinson. Porter, a screen on Robinson. The dish to Duncan. Can be on him. Little turnaround. Duncan with another miss. The Knicks leading by 12. Feeds it to Canby. New York moving the ball around. Robinson for three. The rebound by the Spurs. Robinson's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Duncan. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
So far in this one for Duncan, he's got 14 points, and he's rejected a shot over the course of the game, too.
That seems like it could have been more because he's been in position to make plays defensively most of the game.
And the first one at the line is good. And the Knicks making a change here. That one is no good.
I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second half, despite trailing in this game.
Well, you know, that's when you need to be most aggressive when you're down. Another good job of drawing contact and getting to the line.
Dishes it to Ewing. Here's Sprewell. It's blocked by Slater. But they get it back. A second chance effort. No good from Houston.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
He feeds it to Porter. Number 5, defended by Houston. Duncan dishes to Porter. Rejected by Houston, but he recovers it. The offensive rebound. .58 seconds left in the game. Can be a screen on Porter. Back to Ewing. San Antonio with the rebound. Pass to Duncan. The lead now in single digits.
Yeah, they're going to need some help there defensively. That matchup is going to be a tough one to deal with.
There's 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter. There's the feed to Ewing. Here's Sprewell, and it's in off the backboard.
Boy, you relish these sorts of road games where you come in and you get the job done.
In a long schedule with the kinds of pressure of travel and tough opponents throughout the season, it's always good when you play a game like they have here.
7 seconds left in the fourth. So it's New York picking up the win. It was a solid win, Clark.
Yeah, it was, and I think it came down to will more than skill. They went out and got this one.
And now for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for joining us tonight in our presentation of NBA on 2K Sports. Now our Jordan player of the game.